I've had this YouTube channel for almost a year, but surprisingly, there is one YouTube thing that I have not done, which is very surprising, and I'm rather shocked. I mean, how could I forget this? But I'm gonna do it today. Hi, guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you no, no, no. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you all had a great Diwali, and I guess we're all struggling to get back to work post Diwali. I mean, I know I am. I haven't been able to get back on track with a lot of things, but here I am a month later. Anyways, in the last episode, I spoke about, what are the different kind of fears that we all face in our 20s. I tried to touch upon how to navigate it, but unfortunately, I am also in my 20s trying to figure out a lot of things. And I loved the feedback that I got on that video. There are so many people who actually related to that. And of course, it was a different format, like a slightly different format. I was just experimenting with things, which was one of the things on my list to do for 2024. So I'm really grateful for the positive feedback on that. I will try to do more of that in my coming videos. But now that we're done with that, one thing that I really want to talk about today, in extension to the last video, where I spoke about fears and, things that hold us back from being more consistent or being more proactive, and basically about the things that we don't end up doing the way we plan it. Today, I kind of want to get into things that we do end up doing, but we still don't give ourselves credit for that. This really bad habit of underplaying and underselling our own achievements and our roles in other people's lives, especially as women. I feel like we underestimate and undervalue ourselves to a point where other people feel like it's okay to do that. And at the end of the day, when you have been sacrificing stuff and you have been going out of your way to be there for other people, you still don't get due credit. You don't get appreciated for that. And why so? Because you give them that power. You allow them to undervalue you, to, not give you enough credit for your achievements. So, in a way, most people's ceilings, it becomes your floor, which I think is not fair. I mean, it's great to be ambitious, don't get me wrong. It's absolutely wonderful to have huge goals, like really, really high aiming goals. But that doesn't mean that you cut off all the other steps on the way and, take away credit for that because, oh, my goal is so much bigger than where I am right now that it doesn't make sense for me to celebrate where I am. So, on one hand, you have all these really high ambitions, which is not a bad thing. In fact, I admire it. I admire people who have the guts to dream big and aim high and actually go after whatever they want. But on the other side of it is having unrealistic, irrational expectations out of ourselves. Again, a lot of women especially, they tend to do this, that they set such unreasonable expectations from themselves that you have to do everything for everybody non-stop every single day, while also trying to fit in your own expectations, your own demands, your own needs, your own desires somewhere in the little gaps that are left, in whatever breathing spaces that you get in between doing things for other people. It's just so unfair, you know. I'm not saying that the guys in our life or the men in our lives, they don't make enough sacrifices for us or they don't provide for us in any way, or they don't play an important part in our lives. But the reason why I focus this whole argument towards women is because the rules for men and women are different, whether you like to admit it or not. This actually reminds me of this one dialogue from English to English. I don't know if you remember that, but
मर्द खाना बनाए तो कला है, औरत बनाए तो उसका फर्ज है.
See, this movie made me so sad, like, especially these parts of it where the woman is sharing how much she does for other people without broadcasting it, not in a way that she's trying to make herself look like some superstar for doing all of these things that traditionally that she's supposed to do. But the point is that even though she does whatever she's supposed to do, she's the perfect wife, the perfect mother, she doesn't get credit for it. I think one of the most loudest forms of disrespect towards someone is not giving them enough credit, not being grateful to them for whatever it is that they do for you. I think that's one of the greatest forms of disrespect that you can show to someone. And it has nothing to do with age. Like, it doesn't matter what kind of a relationship you share with that person. It could be your mentor, it could be your classmate, a cleaner, your parent, your sibling, your friend, your partner, some random stranger on the bus. It doesn't matter what kind of a relationship you share with that person, but if someone does something for you, the least you can do is show gratitude. And, and an even bigger disrespect in the same manner is when you forget to give gratitude, to show gratitude to your own self for doing anything for anyone. Because let's face it, after a certain point, everything becomes a task. I'm not saying that it's burdensome, but yes, everything requires effort, everything requires some or the other sort of resource. Could be time, could be energy, could be emotion, could be money, any kind of resource. So you are investing something in order to fulfill a particular task to help someone else out. And especially when it comes to people that you love and people that love you. I don't think there's any space for this word deserve, that, oh, I deserve this. Or, oh, like, he deserves better. Or, like, oh, I deserve better. There is no deserving when it comes to love. I feel when you truly care about someone, you just do it. In fact, that deserving thing, that becomes common courtesy for you, because that is the least you can do for someone that you love or someone that you care about. This might sound very basic, but it is true what they say. You treat people the way you want to be treated. So, if you want to be celebrated, if you want to be respected, if you want to be acknowledged by other people, you first do that for yourself. You lead by example. You can't just expect the world to magically read your mind and magically understand, maybe telepathically or whatever, that okay, this is how the person wants to be appreciated, or these are certain things that they would like to be, you know, credited for or celebrated for, whatever it is. I love seeing people online these days, like, they celebrate every little thing. They will even take themselves out on a date or a little drink or a little dessert or a little coffee run just to celebrate the most basic thing. Oh, I got out of bed on a particularly heavy day. I deserve a little treat. Oh, I finally got to doing that pile of laundry that I had been avoiding for the last 1 week. Of course, I deserve that coffee. I finally blocked that weird situationship that I was holding the door open for, but I realized that nothing was gonna work out, so I deserve that drink. I think it's really empowering when people do that, celebrate little wins for themselves. So they kind of set the tone for other people that are there in their life, or where other people that come into their life, that okay, this is how I treat myself. So this is going to be your bare minimum. That's where it starts. इससे कम तो I will not accept. If you want to do it for me, great. If you don't want to do it for me, अगर आप नहीं कर सकते हो, then also it's cool. वो ये सब तो मैं अपने लिए वैसे भी कर रही थी. I don't really need you to do anything for me. But if you want to be a part of my life, this is how I would like to be treated. If you ask me a reason behind this change, ki why have people suddenly started celebrating even the most silly little random things in their life, उसका कोई एक आंसर तो नहीं है. But if I think about it, all of us have seen so much dissatisfaction and unhappiness around us. Even in seemingly happy families, हमने देखा है कि our moms and our grandmoms and our, like, the women in our house especially, they have been so dissatisfied even after doing everything for every goddamn breathing person and organism in the family. एंड उसके बाद भी उनको क्रेडिट नहीं मिलता है, उसके बाद भी उनको फ्रीडम नहीं मिलता है, उसके बाद भी दे कांट ब्रीद शांति से without being pestered by someone else. Like, it's like some weird alarm starts going out in other members heads कि अरे ये कैसे शांति से बैठ गई, इसने कैसे 2 मिनट रेस्ट ले लिया, इसको कैसे चैन की नींद आ गई. Like, how dare she, you know? I think because of that, a lot of people have sort of learned from that, and they are actually moving towards a lifestyle that avoids that situation, कि आप उस लेवल तक इमोशनली बर्नट आउट हो जाओ कि ना आप खुद के लिए कुछ कर पाओ ना किसी और के लिए, विच इज़ सो पॉइंटलेस. उसमें किसी का फ़ायदा नहीं है. इट्स नॉट हेल्पिंग एनी बडी. सो द फियर ऑफ कंसिस्टेंसी एंड द फियर ऑफ टेकिंग रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी फॉर आवर ओन लाइफ्स, जिसके बारे में मैंने लास्ट वीडियो में बात करी थी, that can be a little difficult to sort of control and navigate for a lot of us, क्योंकि I think that requires a certain level of self awareness जो सबके लिए comfortable नहीं होता है. I'm not saying that, oh, I'm super evolved or anything. मेरे लिए भी बहुत difficult है. मैं भी आधे से ज़्यादा चीज़ें छोड़ देती हूँ because कौन करेगा. बट इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि जो चीज़ हम ईज़िली कर सकते हैं वो हम छोड़ दें इन होप्स कि ओ वन फाइन डे सडनली वी आर गोइंग टू वेक अप सुपर मोटिवेटेड एंड फिक्स एवरीथिंग दैट हैज़ गॉन रॉन्ग इन आवर लाइफ्स और फिक्स एवरीथिंग दैट नीड्स फिक्सिंग. एकदम से एक दिन उठ के तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं होगा. बट आई फील लाइक जब तक हम हमारे फियर ऑफ कंसिस्टेंसी को नहीं कंट्रोल कर पाते, till the time we don't get to a point where we are comfortable facing our shadows, comfortable facing our fears, and actually, authentically, truthfully confronting ourselves and doing all of that inner work, which is a lot of effort, by the way. जब तक हम वो नहीं कर पाते, we can start small. That is easy. And by start small, I mean celebrating little wins, appreciating small things that you do, whether it's for yourself, whether it's for other people. And ये सिर्फ अपने लिए नहीं, appreciating the small gestures and small things that other people also show towards you. And I feel like इसमें positive reinforcement can be really helpful. That, let's say someone came to pick you up or drop you home. Just say, thank you for picking me up. Thank you for dropping me home. It's so basic. And I know it's common courtesy. A lot of people don't do that. Will it kill you to thank them? और अगर हर रोज़ भी थैंक यू बोलना पड़े तो क्या प्रॉब्लम है? What is it costing you? What is it taking away from your life to be nice to someone? Or to acknowledge someone for something that they have done for you? Whether they're supposed to do that or not, whether it is their job or not, it is your job to be kind. It is your job to be a good human being. अगर उनका काम तुम्हारे लिए काम करना है, या तुम्हें खाना बना के देना है, या तुम्हें घर छोड़ना लेना है, तो तुम्हारा काम तो उससे भी कम है. It's costing you nothing to be nice. It's costing you nothing to be a kind human being and just say thank you. और पता है, as I'm saying all of this, in the back of my head there's this voice going कि यार ये सब कोई बोलने की बातें हैं क्या? Like, is this something that needs to be said out loud? Do people really need to be reminded about something that is so basic? But let me remind you, if you have forgotten, in case, we live in a generation of, oh, I don't owe you anything, or oh, I didn't ask you to do all of that for me. Sadly, we are living in a generation of extremely entitled, ungrateful people. Not all of them, some of them, but yes, that some of them wala lot is also so blood sucking and draining. This whole lot is exhausting as hell. सो ठीक है, हम उनको तो चेंज नहीं कर सकते, बट एटलीस्ट द रेस्ट ऑफ अस, पीपल हु आर actually nice, actually good, kind human beings, or maybe in that neighborhood with potential to be good human beings, why can't we be nicer? Why can't we set the tone? Why do we let that disgusting set of human beings that are, you know, so privileged and so entitled and so हाँ, मैंने तो नहीं बोला था ये सब करने के लिए, तुमने अपने मन से किया, लाइक दैट अनग्रेटफुल लॉट ऑफ पीपल, why do we let them make the rules? Whatever they say is bullshit. So I think it's up to us to fix that narrative, to change the scene and actually take control of how we would like to be treated. Also, under any circumstances, do not undervalue yourself, undersell yourself, or let other people take you for granted. You deserve every bit of recognition for every small thing that you do. Don't forget that. Oh, by the way, this was episode 19 of Thought What. Bye.